Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Noble Freak coming at you with another World of Warcraft video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a review on the Druid. So the Druid is a shape-shifting class that can do damage, tank, and heal. So without further ado, let's get right into the review. So, first things first, the one thing that is well known about the Druids is they can shapeshift into different animals to suit their environmental needs, such as me flying right now. That's one of the environmental needs. That way I don't have to use a mount. So it's kind of like a helpful thing that the Druids have that's pretty cool, pretty fine. I like it. So yeah, like I don't have to use any mounts. I could just press this button right here called travel form and I will fly. So, if any of you are new to World of Warcraft and you just want to know how the character works, the way it works is when you play, so for your spec or your specialization, depending on the one you choose, depends on how you play. I'm going to be showing you guys some feral gameplay today, and I'll do probably a little bit of balance too, because those are the two best ones. Restoration is healing. It's not the strongest healing class in the game, but I guess it works okay. I mean, I haven't really tested it out yet, but my friends have used it on me before, and it's slightly effective, but not fully. I think other healing specs might be better. Guardian is a terrible, in my opinion, or at least what I've been told as well. Guardian is a terrible class to have, but if you want it, just shoot, go for it. I honestly don't care. Guardian is using bear form, which is this thingy right here, and you tank. So you basically keep the aggro and let everybody else do the damage while the boss has his eyes on you. So the reason why I don't recommend this is because druids use leather armor, not mail or chain. So there's cloth, leather, mail, and chain. That's how the row goes. And these guys have leather, and you honestly do not want to tank when you have leather armor because that just is terrible for you. I mean, like, terrible. So that's not highly recommended. If you are going to tank, then do like a Death Knight or something that uses mail armor. That way you can tank more effectively. Yeah. So, now that I have activated my Feral class, let me go show you some gameplay. So, once you reach level 100, and you have all the abilities, it kind of changes how your combat is. I apologize, it's really laggy, guys. I just didn't think it'd be this long. So, when you use your Feral, the way it works is it's just like a rogue where you have to charge up your abilities and then use your stronger ones, but it still takes energy. It's kind of confusing. I'll go fight a dummy and show you what I'm talking about. I apologize again, it's really laggy. It always lags when I broadcast or YouTube video or whatever. Okay, so what happens when you fight the dummy, or just anything, this ability right here, Rake and Shred, both charge up these things right here. Once it's full, you are allowed to use one of your more powerful abilities. I have mine set to be 4 and 5. So you basically just charge up your abilities to cast your other ones. Cool thing about cats is they're basically a rogue. You can turn invisible, go up and kill people. I recommend choosing a night elf for a druid. I honestly agree with you if you are saying that worgans look cooler in cat form. They most definitely do. If you guys don't care really about stats and you just like looks, Worgen druids look pretty dang fine. I mean, they look really sweet. Like black cats with like glowing green eyes and stuff. This is the coolest, in my opinion, thing that I could get for a night elf. I don't like them nearly as much. I don't like the looks, but it's better because night elves travel faster while invisible. So if you're using the cat spec, you will be moving faster. While invisible, you will definitely outrun a Worgen very quickly because they don't have that. Okay, so without further ado, let's show you some combat. So this is 1, I just did, it charged me up 2. Use 1 again, that's 3. 1 again, press 2, that's 5 or 6. Now I'm going to press 4, one of my most powerful abilities, and then you just do that over again. If you run out of energy, just wait. When you do use number 4, it's called Rip. It has a chance to start this proc right here where you can instant heal. That will help you. And then there's this right here, Tiger's Fury. You restore 60 energy and increase all damage with your attacks by 15% for the full duration. Lasts 8 seconds. So you can charge up your energy when you run out with that ability. That's recommended for boss fights anyway. So yeah. basically 4 or 5, your most powerful abilities, will charge this proc thing that gives you 21,000 health when you're level 100. So it's kind of cool. You can get like an instant cast heal on your cat, so it kind of heals you as you're going. This is the only class I know of that actually has that perk. It's kind of fancy. I like it. So, yeah, this is the feral cat. If you guys have any questions, let me leave them in the comments below. Now we'll be starting the balance section of this YouTube video, so let me switch to my balance spec. So the way the balance spec is you use something called a moonkin form. If you guys have ever done a moonkin thing, you'll know what I'm talking about. I actually do not look like a moonkin right now because I have mine set with a glyph, since I am doing the inscription profession allows you to do glyphs to change the way things look. I actually do not look that ugly. They're basically owl beasts with horns. Depending on what race you are, they'll be different. If you're like a Tauren, they'll have horns. It looks retarded, in my opinion. But that's just me. So, just to kind of give you an idea, that's kind of what their face looks like, that picture right there. I just have mine set to be a different one from a glyph I made. If you guys need a glyph and you're in Tichondrius, hook me up with the message and I will get that for you. So I can make them. Just let me know in the comments below. I'll start posting a ton of them on the auction house. They're called Glyph of Stars, and it will turn you Moonkin into something like this. So, anyways, what a Moonkin does is a Moonkin casts spells, or sorry, balance, uses spells just like a mage, except most of the spells have to do with like nature and like space or lunar damage. So, so it's lunar, solar. I guess it's mostly solar and lunar. My bad. Okay, so, sorry, the nature is for your healing spec. I apologize. Okay, so your basic ability is number 1, which is Lunar Strike, which is just do an air strike like that. I have to charge it up, and then, poof, that's one of the most basic spells. And then there's this one right here, Solar Wrath. You just shoot a bolt at them. It charges up a little faster, but does less damage. So the way this spec works is it's similar to the cat. What you gotta do is you gotta get this bar right here, your energy goes up, and then you can use more powerful abilities, such as Star Surge or Star Fall. Those are the 2 most powerful abilities in this. There's also a couple other abilities like this one that will just like, I think that's that, yeah, they get silenced. Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys, that weird guild indentation right there. My apologies. Okay, anyways. So when you charge up this spell, or 1, 2, or 3 or 4, 3 and 4 are the same thing. It's an instant cast. But one of them's purple and one of them's red. They both do different things. I think the red one does more damage, but it takes longer, and this one does more or less damage, but it doesn't take as long to do the damage. So it's doing damage over time. That's what I'm talking about. If you just use both of them while a guy's running at you, you'll kill them fairly quickly because both of them are still doing their thing. Yeah, see how one of them is just slightly above the other. I don't know why it's not working right. Usually when you fight dummies, it's not very accurate. So anyways, what number 5 is it will cast an instant cast that does lots of damage and will make these things do more damage. Up here it says increase the damage of your next lunar strike by 51%, so it'll do more damage. So boom, did more damage, and then it makes this one do more damage too. I just accidentally right-clicked on it, so it's gone now. So my apologies, but yes, that's what it does. Okay, number 6, my most favorite ability, most powerful ability, is called Starfall. I also have a glyph on this one to make it orange, not purple, but it will shoot air strikes down, dealing damage in an area, an AoE, most powerful AoE that I've seen thus far, or at least my most favorite one thus far. So yes, very cool, highly recommended. I like it a lot. And then there's these abilities up here where you can generate power, just like how the cat can generate his energy too. Basically allows you to use your more powerful abilities early on. This makes it so your Lunar Strikes are instant cast and you have 2 of them. So that way I can cast that thing while I'm running away, and it's the number 1, not 3 or 4. Sorry if you're getting confused. So, yeah. So, basically, this is a long-range, charged, basically a mage, just a little different kind of a class. So, just to give you an idea of what this kind of a character does. So, without further ado, let me continue with the shapeshift forms. Since I'm in Moonkin, I have, like, all of them. So, there is the bear, like I have shown you earlier. Right now, I don't actually think I have that on right now. I'm supposed to have something on that changes the color of my bear every time I go in and out of it. Just for fun, because why not? But I don't really use my bear. Like I said, I don't like him as much. He's basically the cat, except he tanks and does less damage, but can keep aggro, but he's leather armor, so not recommended. And then there's the cat for feral. I like Feral a lot, probably my favorite one of the four of them. And then there's just your travel form. Right now I have a glyph on, looks pretty sweet. Just admire this for a second. Since you have, oh, sorry. So basically, when you use travel form, it adapts to your environment. So if you go in the water, you will turn into like a weird sea creature. No idea what to even call this thing. Yeah, basically a weird narwhal with sharp teeth. When you're up in the air, you'll be in flight form, and when you are in battle, you will be on ground form, which is basically a stag. Cool thing about the stag, right here, is that it's basically a ground mount, except the issue with it is that it is very slow. You can actually, if you get a glyph, you can make it a cheetah, make it a little faster, but then you can't have this cool perk on this. You can have somebody ride on your back if they're in your team. That does not work with the cheetah, which is one of the reasons why I don't have the cheetah. So, yeah. So the other forms include Moonkin. I already showed you this one. I just have the cooler version of it where I'm just basically a spirit instead of an ugly Moonkin. And then there's Trent form, good old Trent form. Trent form is basically what you use when you're doing your healing spec. It allows you to cast all spells while in this mode. You honestly do not even have to use this. It's kind of just a humorous ability you have. You can use all your abilities from Moonkin on this, but it's not recommended because Moonkin has these passives that make you do more damage when you're in that mode. So don't use this when you're doing balance, but when you're doing healing, you can use this all you want. I personally would use it if I was joking around. I probably wouldn't use it if I was being serious because I don't like the way it looks as much as my basic character. So yeah, let me switch to my other feral because I have some other glyphs on that do different things. So I can show you a couple other shapeshift forms that are on this character because of the glyphs. So as I was saying, you turn into that weird narwhal thing when you go in the water. Well, I have mine set to look pretty sweet. It turns into an orca whale. I think that's kind of cool in my opinion. Kind of cool. Just look at it for a second. I mean, compared to the other one, I like it better. And then when you jump up, you obviously turn into flight form, just like an owl. If you have the sound on, it actually makes the sound effects of an owl. It's kind of cool. I highly recommend the Druid for a few reasons. One of them being they can do this. Most characters in this game, if you dismount while you're in the air, you will fall to your death and you will die. This is what a Druid can do. I can go out of my form, fall to my death, and shapeshift back into the form and stop fall damage because I'm flying again. Most people look like this. Let me go on my mount so you get an idea of what other people are like. Let me just make sure I'm not going to die here. I better be safe than sorry. Okay, so let me turn onto one of my drakes. Now, flying around on my drake, just a normal human being or night elf or whatever it is you're playing as, flying around, and then all of a sudden, you dismount. Guess what? You're gonna die because you can't reactivate it. Can't activate while moving, can't activate while moving, so you're gonna die. Which is why I like the Druid, because I can save myself from fall damage. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you again for watching, and see you later. Noble Freak out. Right when I stop the record.